Friend of mine, what's that you say? Friend of mine, what's that you say? All these lies you're spinning, I do not want in my house today. Not today. Friend of mine, you're in a trance. Friend of mine, you're in a trance. You've been hypnotized by the wiles of the snake charmer and his belly dancers. I see your color rise as you growl and rage. When history chooses sides, you'll go down in flames. You swear that 2 + 2 make 3. When big lies spread like a virus through the air. Big truth cures the Friend of mine, shake that dust from your eyes. Friend of mine, shake the dust from your eyes. You're worshiping false prophets, masters of the trope, have truth and lie. I see your color rise as you growl and rage. When history chooses sides, you'll go down in flames. Say that 2 + 2 make 3. The big lies spread like a virus through the air. Big truth cures the disease. See your color rise as you growl and rage. When history chooses sides, you'll go down in flames. You swear that 2 + 2 make 3. When big lies spread like a virus through the air. When big lies spread like a virus through the air. Big truth cures the
Hey, Jim Toscano here. Welcome to the Monday night live stream. That was a new tune by Roger Street Friedman called Big Truth that we recorded remotely for singles that are coming out, but probably a new album eventually as we keep recording tracks in this time of lockdown. I am happy to be here playing for you tonight. Hopefully you were able to hear everything. I think the track was really loud. The last couple of live streams I had my track way too low, and once it starts I'm kind of stuck. So I had it pretty cranked, but hopefully you were able to hear everything. I'm so worried about switching scenes tonight because I've been adding all kinds of stuff to OBS and kind of making it work really hard for me. So hopefully this stream doesn't end when I click this button. Okay. So welcome. If this is your first time here to hang out with me, it's a drum hang. It's a filling in the grooves night where we do fills. It's a behind the drum tracks night where we go behind some tracks that I've done and talk about that. I'm also running a contest. I'm going to talk about that. It's not really a contest. It's more of a drawing of some sort. I don't know. We're going to talk about that. And if you would take a look at the little QR codes, we got my link tree is up there. So if you want to get in touch with me or follow me on social media, got the link tree QR code. We got my Kitco site in the middle, which is all my little configurations for live streaming and online lessons. If you want to check out gear, follow the Kitco thing and check it out. There's lots of good gear up there. Under that is the QR code to my mailing list. So please join my mailing list and follow if you like what I do. I do every Monday night, drum set night, every Thursday night, hand technique workshop. We're having lots of fun with that. So thanks for hanging out tonight. And I will get into the sweepstakes in a minute, or the non-contest contest. I don't know what to call it. What do you call it? It's like a drawing, really. It's like a random drawing. I do want to check on. Oh, by the way, all these links are in the description. So if you don't have, or you're not used to QR codes, or you don't have a way to do that, just check it out in the description. All the links are there. So the QR codes are just a fun way to kind of, grab it while you're hanging. I'm going to pull up the chat window real quick and just say hello to a couple of my peeps. And then I'm going to get into the details of this little here drawing, which I think should be really, really fun. So let me just pull this up real quick. Chat window. There it is. So who's in here tonight? Let me take a look. I know I need my goggles to do this. Yes, raffle. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, it's like a raffle, right? So it's kind of cool that way. It was so on the noise level for the drum. Oh, okay. You mean like where the drums kind of clipping? Was it a little loud? All right. So give me some feedback on that. It's always helpful for me to find out. Hey, what's up, Chris Peters? What's up, Bob Sears? What's going down? What is that black-headed thing? What's the black-headed thing? Me? What are we talking about? Which thing? Oh, this thing. Okay, yeah. I'm going to get into that with the track. I'm sorry. I'm catching up. It takes me a minute. Lucia, what's happening? Good to see you. Yeah, cleaning the dust. I'm going to talk about cymbal cleaner in a second. My version of it. Yeah, man. So, hey, John Gill, what's happening? Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging tonight. So here's the deal. It's going to wind up on the YouTube comments for this whole contest thing, this raffle. Thank you, Daniel. This raffle. I'm going to get into that in just a minute. So I'll explain how we're doing this thing, and hopefully you'll take advantage of it. And if it turns out that you're like one of my peeps that already has the prize, we're going to work it out for you. Don't worry, because that means we're probably already in touch with one another. Or if not, there'll be a different way to work it. So unless you have someone you want to gift the prize to, but we'll get into that in just a moment. So one other screen I just want to bring up real quick, for good keeping all the points caught, because I forget. And then I'm not going to go back to these later. So if you like what I do, here's my my virtual tip jar. So PayPal, Venmo, if you want to support what I do, every little bit helps. So and no amount is too small, I will tell you that. So thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm going to just kind of get into this contest for a second, because I just want to explain this. So I'll leave it on this screen for the moment. So here's the deal, and I printed this out so I won't forget how it works. It's very, very simple. Okay, you go on the YouTube stream, and in the comments, just write a comment and put in the hashtag free drum book. Hashtag free drum book has to be in the comment to enter, okay, on YouTube. So you have to go onto YouTube. You have to put it in the comments on YouTube. If you're on Facebook watching right now and you put it in the comments, it's not going to get pulled into the YouTube randomizer app thing. So you have to do it through the YouTube stream. Now, when the stream ends, you have time to do this because I'm not really announcing it until Thursday. Okay? So here's the deal. Go into the comment. The video stays up. My videos get archived. You can go back to the video anytime, but it has to be from tonight, which is the 19th, and it's going to be just put in the comments, hashtag free drum book, okay? And that's how the randomizer is going to pick you out to make this super, super ethical and fair. I'm letting YouTube do the work, okay? So basically, hashtag free drum book, and as a bonus, you get the free drum book and you get a half-hour Zoom session with me to talk about the book if you want to, drum fills, drum technique, technology, all kinds of stuff on that front. If you're an educator, the business side of things, I'm always willing to talk about anything, life, anything, because, you know, kind of what I do with my time is I teach drums, coaching on, you know, business and drumming, and also technology. So I think it's nice. You get the half-hour session with me, you get the book, so it's kind of a cool thing. So so that's the way it works. And basically, you know, it gets announced the Thursday after. So every Monday I'm going to do this until January 1. So there's going to be 10 drum books given away over these 10 weeks and 10 sessions. Okay? So this is a way for me to give back to all of you for following me. And, you know, we hit our little landmark, our little 250 the other day, and that's because of you guys, and I really, you know, appreciate it. And so so this is a way to give back, and so make sure that you enter through YouTube. You don't have to do it tonight. You have time. I'm announcing it on Thursday. So, you know, go back to the video. If you're not on there tonight, if you're in Facebook tonight, just go to the YouTube video at some point. When the stream ends, it gets archived. Put it in the comments. Just make sure, hashtag free drum book, because otherwise you don't really have a chance of being picked. Okay, so the criteria, YouTube, hashtag free drum book, and you have until Thursday. And I really should pick a time, but we're just going to say Thursday, and then I'm going to hit that randomizer. It's going to end on Thursday, so I can announce it for my Thursday night stream. Make sense? I think it makes sense. I'm going to pull up the chat window to make sure that this all made sense and that you guys are understanding what the heck I am talking about. Because I know I can talk in riddles sometimes. I understand that. Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, what does that say? Oh, man. Brian Yerkins, you're a funny boy. You is funny boy. I like your hashtags. Those hashtags won't work, okay? Daniel did it right. Free drum book, okay? Hashtag free drum book. Okay, so we're getting on it. Cool. All right, so John Gill says I'm making sense, which sometimes I worry about that because, you know, even my family looks at me like I have 3 heads sometimes. They don't understand what I'm talking about. But most of us drummers, we understand each other pretty much. So, you know, and by the way, so this is the book, and you know, I'll sign it to you. I'll mail this to you priority once, you know, we find out who wins, and then you know, through the comment, you know, through the links, you're going to get in touch with me. You can do Facebook Messenger. If you have my email, you can email me. You can hit me up. I'm very easy to find. You can go to my website. You can go to the contact portion of my website. There's a lot of ways to track me down, so don't worry. You'll get a hold of me, and we'll make that happen. So I want to talk about the track a little bit, and then I'm going to come back to the chat in a little while. So cool, man. It's very cool to see people do. Do we type it in the chat now, or do we do it in the comments after the stream? You can do it now, or you could do it after. It doesn't matter. As long as you're in there, Lucia, as long as you're in there, then you go into the you know, into the randomizer app that's going to pick. So I don't know who it's going to pick. It's just going to randomly pick somebody. I was trying to think about how to do this on my own, and I was like, I'm going to copy and paste all the names of all my subscribers into an Excel spreadsheet and then figure out and then I was like, wait a minute, there's got to be an easier way. So YouTube has it all figured out, and it makes it really simple. So I'm going to talk about this track a little bit because, you know, I made sure that Roger got me. He dropped the track this week, and he also dropped a new video. So, you know, I'm really super happy with these tracks that we've been doing, and I kind of wanted to dig into, yeah, no spaces between free drum book, guys. Make sure it's hashtag free drum book, all one word. Yes, indeed. Because that's how it's going to pick it up. Such a nice boy, Brian Yerkins won't do it. Not hashtag such a nice boy, hashtag free drum book. All right, so, oh, by the way, before I jump into the track, yeah, so this is what I call cymbal cleaner, okay? I don't believe in putting some kind of weird liquid on my cymbals because the cymbals develop a patina over time. And so the only thing I take off of my cymbals is dust, okay? And some people might disagree with me, but my feeling is when people go like, hey man, what kind of cymbal cleaner you use? A Swiffer. That's it. I use the Swiffer. Yeah, Lucia. Because listen, you know, cymbals get more complex sounding over time and sound better, I think, over time. And I'm not going to go dumping some kind of liquid on there to clean them all up. You know, and I think even, you know, Mark Love would agree that it's a good practice. Mark Love from Sabian, you know, it's a good practice. Don't go dumping stuff all over your cymbals unless you're like obsessed with everything being super shiny. But you know what? They're going to sound better. Let them age over time and, you know, let that kind of green start coming through like on my crashes here. It's a beautiful thing. You're going to love the green. All right, here we go. Okay, so Bob Sears. Yes, this is just a Pandero tuned very, 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 very low. Very low. So, so I'm using that as a snare in the tune. And the reason was in that part where the chorus comes in, where it's double time, you know, I'll play that little portion if I can find it real quick. I'm going to turn the track down pretty low.
When big lies spread like a virus, too close to me. When history chooses,
There we go.
I see
So,
a color
2, 3, 4.
rise to ground and rain. When history
So on that part, I didn't want it to be like a typical train beat. You know, I could have went. And it would have felt just fine. It would have felt great. My feeling was, let me do something a little bit different. And so what I did was, you know, like before that section in the setup of the intro, I'm playing basically this. Right? And then I come in, I have a little pickup. Right? So that thing, we could hardly hear it. Yeah, no. I mean, you can hear it now, right? Yeah, so I think, yeah, I should have had a better mix on that, but I was hoping you guys would hear it. I'm actually, by the way, I'm going to explain one other thing about this in a second, but so the double time thing, you know, on the Pandero, I just thought sounded different, and it is very low. It doesn't cut through tremendously well, but the tambourines on it, the jingles on it sound really good. So, and it's just a few bars of that, right? And then, oh, cool, all right, so you can hear it now. It's just a few bars of that double time, and then it goes to sort of that halftime thing, and I'm playing this kind of feel. So more of like okay, and then when it goes back to the verses, then I play sort of again like a halftime feel, and you notice I'm playing a lot of toms on this tune, like real dark and kind of wide in a way. So here I'm gonna just show that part.
Choose a side, you'll go down in flames. You swear that too close to me. When big lies spread like a virus through the air. Spread truth, cure the disease. Tender mind, shake that dust from your eyes.
All right.
Friend of mine.
So, and I'm using those that guitar line, blega dega dega ding, and I'm just doubling that, right? So playing real literal over that, which
Friend of mine, shake
right here.
when big lies spread like a virus through the air.
I'll play really light so I can talk.
Spread truth, cure the disease.
Here's that line.
Friend of mine, shake that dust from your eyes. Friend of mine, shake the dust from your eyes. You're worshiping false prophets, masters of the trope, half truth and lie. I see your color rise as you growl and rage.
So back to the next, out of that verse, back to the next chorus with the double time again, and then to the toms. And then there's this cool bridge in there I'm going to talk about in a minute. So by the way, there's a lot of ways to approach tunes. And this one was mostly just me coming up with stuff. But I got on the phone with Roger while I was tracking, and I was like, he was like, hey man, can you hit this little thing? And, he gave me like these little things that he wants. So, you have to work with the songwriter, with whoever your client is, and make them happy at the same time as making yourself happy. But the way I look at it is we're making the song happy. Like, not to mean that it's always a happy song, but play for the song. Make the song the priority. Give to the song. Because if you don't think of it that way, if you're not playing for the song, then what's the point? I know I say this stuff all the time, but it's like you really are crafting your parts with the song in mind. So it's like I treat the song as like a living entity that I have to, satisfy, kind of, as if that makes sense to you guys. And I like to get the lyric sheet and get kind of into the head of the person singing, which sometimes is helpful. Depending on how much time I have to work on it. If I get the scratch track in the morning and it's like, hey man, get this to me by, noon or 1 o'clock, I really got to get this thing tracked, then I'm not really gonna, go into those details, but, So let me go to a full screen for a minute just so you get a better view, because then I'm going to talk about this next section. And by the way, there's something that I'm going to not play over the last chorus, because I want you to see if you can pick out what's going on in that last chorus. I got to talk about a certain instrument.
When history chooses sides,
right, so we're on this.
go down in flames. Say that 2 + 2
Oh no, my mouse.
When big lies spread like fire through the air. Spread truth, cure the disease.
Okay, so that part there. So now again, so that bridge, you know, there's a little bit of instrumental fun going on there. I was trying to stay out of the way. I'm staying out of the way a little bit. Let me go back just a touch. I want you to hear what's going on in the guitars. And what's kind of cool is the bass player actually followed my fill. So I followed the guitar on the first half. Then they left a space for me, which I did one of my wide, less is more kind of fills, right? So I play the guitar line, right? And then boom, so we're coming out of this. And then back to the double time. Now, so that brings us kind of into the middle of the tune. And, you know, so far, like over that breakdown part, I'm staying out of the way as far as like, you know, obviously no backbeats. I probably could have just played this and built some tension, right? And then I played, you know, sort of this little accented. Over that part, just to like keep it, you know, sort of moving a little bit, breathing. Then we go into the big little guitar thing, as I was about to say. So now we're into this next chorus. Now, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I can get you to hear this thing, but... You can't hear it like on this... Oh, I know why it's not there. He sent me the drumless track. He left out one of the percussion tracks. So anyway, what I was going to share with you is this. And you guys, you know, you've seen this before. Right. So on beat 3 during the chorus, I was doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. It's a water bottle full of rocks. Thank you, Larry Campbell. So when we were tracking the album Rise with Larry Campbell producing and playing all the guitars, by the way, he came up with this for one of our tunes, and so I tracked in the bathroom with this at the studio. So we had the tile, we had like a good kind of room slapback, and I played this on a tune on like beat 3 kind of thing. So in between my snare hits, right? So we used it on this track too, and it sounds awesome. But you're not able to hear that because when he sent me the drumless mix, I think he left out the bottle of rocks. So poo-poo on Roger for leaving out the bottle of rocks. So it would kind of be like, so I'll put the snare on the 3 for the effect. Anyway, but it's like, but that would be the bottle of rocks. So you get the point. So it kind of like gives it a big center, right? So there's that part over that chorus, and that was super fun. So I'll do it with this. So you get the point. I gotta. Oh my goodness, I gotta turn that track up because I can't really hear it. But so that's the idea with that. And then really, this part after that chorus, the second half of the chorus.
When big lies spread like a virus through the air. When big lies spread like a virus through the air. Break through, your
So those little unison runs at the end are pretty fun. So so I had a great time tracking that. I think it's out on all the streaming platforms. It's called Big Truth. Super fun. And I have to say, man, like for Roger, he did all the guitars on this. You know, all that Larry Campbell producing, man. Larry really kind of rubbed off on him, and you know, help Roger kind of hone in on some of the style of what we're doing now. Because if you listen to the evolution of the records, it's changed a lot, kind of what we do. I might play another one, but it's really changed a lot, the direction. I like the direction a lot. You know, I love where the band's going. And, you know, we did a lot of sort of horn-driven, you know, funky, bluesy stuff at one time. And we still do that stuff live all the time. But it's really fun to dig into these tunes that are a little bit deeper. And on the album Rise, you know, there's a lot of brushwork, a lot of sort of simple stuff, but it all, again, it's all for the song. It's all to, you know, to give the song what the song is asking me for, and what Roger's asking me for. Sometimes, if he gives me, you know, like when I'm at his studio, he gives me espresso and coffee, I'm good, man. I'm a happy camper. So let me check in with the chat real quick, and I think I'm gonna play another tune. I could do another Roger tune. I also thought about just playing one of my play along tunes. I am gonna feature my student and good friend Vincent's record at the top of next week's live stream, because he just did a record. I did a track for him on that. He's got lots of guests on that record, but it's a really super fun tune that I played on, and you know, I'm probably going to open the show with that next week and feature Vincent's record, which he's been posting a lot about, and you know, it's coming down the pipe. Let me see if let me see. Well, I'm not gonna ruin it and go. I'm not gonna go playing it right now, because, you know, I'm going to save it for next week. That makes sense. Such a nice sound. If you didn't tell us it was a water bottle of rocks, we would have never guessed. Well, you know, hey, listen, loose change could work. You know, what's kind of funny is Larry Campbell was very particular about which kind of rocks we put in the jug and how many. Like, he knew exactly what he wanted, which I thought was really remarkable. And it just works. And we did it on the tune. What tune do we do it on? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. I can't think of it at the moment. But we used it on that other tune. Maybe I'll have to sample that tune for you guys. But were you able to hear? Were you able to hear this while I was, when I turned down the track and played with it? You got that Pandero in there. Maybe high notes on the guitars. I love the drum part. Cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, there is mandolin. There's always, like the last couple of records we've had, lots of pedal steel and mandolin, some dobro, some banjo, some the harmonium. We always forget the harmonium, which is really interesting. So it's been fun to really change up the instrumentation. So let me see. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody, and then I'm going to get back to. I'm going to play another tune, I think. And I know I've played some of these before. Well, let me just see if I have that other Roger tune that I could play. I did play one last time that was brand new, but I may play that again. Let me just take a look. Let's see what we got here, kiddies. Losing my mind. Playlists. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna pull it up. Poison. That was it. Poison. In my library. There's poison in my library. Oh, here we go. All right, I'm gonna play a little bit. It's a ballad. It's a really beautiful tune. There's a great video out on this. I hope I play it right.
The nation shakes and shivers down to the bones that built this land. We bear witness and cannot forgive.
I need this.
We've seen all that we can stand. And the streets grow hot and restless.
There we go.
Like a body with the chill. When the infection that festers beneath the skin will no longer be still. Some try to blame the victim, but the case is open and shut. Some thought it all healed over, but there is poison in the cut. There is poison in the cut. Scars to the lynch mob, like dreams torn, broken and wrecked. For April 4th, 1968, for every knee upon a neck. We are marching in our sorrow. We are marching in our rage. We are marching toward tomorrow and the turning of the page. You can no longer blame the victim. Once opened eyes can't be shut. Some say it's all healed over, but there is poison in the cut. There is poison in the cut. Until the original light is exposed to the light, this fever will not break.
All right. That's one of those tunes. It's a little tough to get it exact like I did it on the track. And, there's liberties that are taken by the singer. And so what happens is, he kind of takes liberties with the time a little bit. And so it can't always be exactly, the same. So there's like parts where it pulls back, and you have to be real good at following that, especially like when you get a track, that's done essentially. Like that stuff's not going to change, and it's got these pullbacks and liberties. You really have to try matching that to the best of your ability, to really make it work. And so, obviously, I do a few takes, I get used to the song, I nail it down, and then, to recreate that every time is hard. But if you're playing with that person live, you have their body motions, you have, kind of, you can see their hands, but you see kind of their body motions or how they're phrasing, and it makes it really a lot easier to do. But sort of those little spots where it's sort of setting up the choruses, you're playing like these little boom, 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 so it's not on the click. It's behind, pushes, pulls a little bit, breathes. Human, it's very human. So it's a really nice tune. That's the one that they just dropped the video for, I believe, for that particular song. So and that's another one that is already out. What am I saying? It's already out. They're just releasing the video. So when are you doing the review of the Zoom L12? Yeah, it's coming. I actually did kind of it was sort of a quick little thing, but I did a quick review of some capture cards where I reviewed 3 of them. Not really reviewed, I compared them to each other. And the one that I'm using right now is the one that always wins in my mind, but I did like a 3 capture card comparison thing. The L12 is coming next. I'm hoping to get some work done on it over the next day or so, but I've already got booked tomorrow, like back-to-back coaching and lessons. So like I'm just so super busy, but I will get it done. I need to get it done too because I'm writing about it in some articles, and I have to make sure that I'm saying all the right stuff about it, in the articles. So yeah, so John, that's coming real soon, and I'm pairing it up with the Blackmagic A10 Mini switcher as sort of like a cool pairing where we do like 2 USB devices and see how they work together to try a different audio rig with the Blackmagic stuff. So, and I know you use the Blackmagic A10 Mini. And I'm trying to swap out my A10 Mini for an A10 Mini ISO and get into sort of the recording end of the Blackmagic spectrum, which hopefully I make that happen real soon because I think people are going to be really excited about how that thing works out, yeah, for sure. So let's see what we got. How are we doing time-wise here? Just checking in. All right, so we got like 10. I'm going to play one more. I'm just going to play a play along from the book. Another like easy, fun to play for me tune that I love. Let's see. Here we go. I gotta get in position because I won't be able to get there. And then I'm going to show you a couple other things that I want to talk about. But let me just hit this. All right. That was Waltz to the World. It's not a waltz, but it's called Waltz to the World by Giant Flame Turtles, which man, I'm waiting for them to finish the tracks for the new record so I could talk about those, which I'm hoping will be soon. There's so much fun drumming on that record. Um and cool opportunities for exploration of stuff like with you guys and kind of talking about drum part construction a little bit. So I'm really excited. I've been hearing some, the drums were all done last year around this time, actually. So I recorded all the drums last year, and you know, we got some basic tracks done, and then COVID happened, and nobody worked on it, and the guitarist TJ Jordan just got like all the guitar work done. Stuff sounds amazing, but we're still laying down bass and keys and lots of vocals, so it's going to be at some time, but I'm definitely going to be sharing that stuff with you guys when it happens. And I'm really excited about a lot of the stuff that's in there. I'm using a lot of that sort of layered playing on a couple of the tunes, and it's sort of like old school prog meets sort of straight ahead pop rock. I don't know. It's like a mixture of those kind of elements. It's really fun. I mean, it's a little more straighter than our old stuff was. That band tended to play a lot of sort of 2-beat swingy stuff, and now it's more, kind of hard hitting, heavier, rock kind of stuff. Really fun to play. So, before I forget, I'm just going to mention one more time, hashtag free drum book and in the comments. And, anybody that sees this in replay will have that opportunity. And then the cutoff will be, for Thursday. Really what I guess I have to choose when the cutoff is going to be. I guess I should make it midnight Wednesday night, and then I do the drawing on Thursday. I think that's fair. Midnight Wednesday night, as soon as it hits Thursday, that's it. I don't know if I can even do that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to be able to do that. What, am I going to stay up and wait till midnight and then pull the drawing? No, that's not going to work. So it's going to work as soon as I pull the drawing. I don't know. So if anybody has a suggestion about that, there it is. Maybe I don't have to commit to a time. Maybe I just do it when I feel like doing it. Ha-ha! I'm in charge, right? All right. So let's see. All right. No real questions about any of this stuff with these tunes, I suppose. It's a pretty mellow night. I know. It was pretty mellow. But hopefully, yeah, you heard that one before. Yeah, I've played that a bunch of times. Oh, John Gill, Chris Tabaldi, what's up, dude? Good to see you in here, man. You got the ISO. Yeah. I had to talk to you about that. I wanted to pick your brain, but I think you originally said that you were getting it, but now you have it. That is awesome. So yeah, so I'm getting there. So that was one of the play-alongs from the book. So if you just joined me, it's the very end anyway, but the sweepstakes is in the comments, only on YouTube. Hashtag free drum book. You get in for a drawing to win a free drum book and a 30-minute consult or hang session. So that is the bonus with that. And we could talk about anything. We could talk drums. We can talk filling in the grooves. We can talk technology. So it's your half hour, whatever you want to talk about. Life. We can talk about chocolate chip cookies. I don't care. I love cookies. By the way, those capture devices. Look at this, real quick, for you techies. This is what I was reviewing against the Magewell. Check this out. The Cam Link by Elgato, which I know a lot of gamers use. Does not seem great in low light, by the way. This one, Ideal Force Capture HDMI, $18, $159, $18. This one looked better and worked better in low light, and it looked close to my Magewell, which is what I'm using on this. So, and my Magewell was $359. So I still prefer the Magewell. Sorry, but I think that the $17, $18 one is a close second. Oh, and I will say that my buddy Vincent used it on a virtual gig the other night with his band, and it worked really well, and it looked good. Any problems that he had were operator error because he has ADD and he doesn't pay attention. Smack! No, that's not true. It is true, but I didn't mean to reveal that. So let's we're gonna wrap it up in just a second. So just I really want to say that I appreciate you guys. I hit some better numbers this week as far as my subscription thing. I'm trying to create more and more content. I'm spending a lot of time in the studio working on how the technology works for you guys, so I can give you guys the that information. There's a couple magazine articles that are going to be coming out where I'm on the cover story talking about technology. I'll keep you up to date as those things emerge. And I'm getting a lot of cool stuff from companies that they're sending to me to check out. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing gear. I need some time this week to shoot some of these videos in between lessons and coaching, but I will get to it, I promise. Hey, Rocco, what's up? Good job. He's in here. Good to see you, man. I'll see you on your lesson tomorrow. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really fun month for video content that I'm working on. I have stuff that's already shot and has to be edited, and I'm shooting more stuff, so I'll keep you guys posted. Yeah, you got it, John Gill. Thanks for hanging so much. Thanks to all you guys for hanging, and I'll see you guys on Thursday on the Hand Technique Workshop, in which we will have some new routines by Lucia that I'm adding into the book. Lucia's been writing. She sent me like 5 routines or 4 routines over the weekend. She brought them on Sunday, handwritten. And I should have showed you guys. I'll show the handwritten ones on Thursday in the Hand Technique stream. So I'll see you guys on Thursday night, 7 p.m. Make sure you enter. And thanks for hanging out. Thanks so much. And you guys have a great night. I'm gonna go eat some dinner. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'm gonna hit the credits. Take care, everybody.